Hi everyone, it's your friend Robin, and today I'm here with another topic for you. So I hope you're going to like this one. So, in today's discussion, we'll be talking about attention seeking disorders. Yes, and I know we all go through this, and some of you might relate with this as well that sometimes we seek a lot of attention from people, and it's not a bad thing. And I'm not saying that we should not be seeking attention. Sometimes it's good, but when our whole life is dependent upon seeking attention from other people, then it really becomes a problem. So in today's discussion, we'll be talking about how can we identify this, and if we know that we have this problem, and how it affects us, and if it is affecting us negatively, how can we just get rid of this problem? Okay. So in I'll be dividing this talk in three different parts. First, how to understand that we have this attention seeking disorder. We all call our friends, and we all talk to people whom we like, and like hanging out with them. It's all right, but when you realize that you cannot really go a day without talking to all the people in your group, or maybe you cannot just spend a single moment alone. You need that constant stimulation from the outside world. It can be your close friends, or maybe it can be people who are in the social media, and you just are seeking their approval, and their maybe you are seeking some likes and comments on the pictures you have uploaded, or something which you have shared recently on your profile. So it's fine. I mean, you anticipate those comments, and you anticipate the response from these people. But if you realize your mood starts to depend on these things, then you are having this attention seeking disorder. Because if something of this sort can upset you, or can turn your day into a good day or a bad day. So it is definitely controlling you, and this is something that is coming from outside, and you have no control over it. And sometimes you are not even realizing that why are you feeling upset. Maybe this is because of the thing which you have posted, and you have not gotten any positive response for that. And we all do that. And when I do this, and it happens to me most of the time. And if we are human, and this is, I feel, is the very normal part of being human. So when the only thing which I will say here is we need to recognize this pattern whenever it is happening to us. Whenever it is going out of control, and it is happening in extreme, we need to recognize those moments, and those triggers in our lives. So first thing is to understand. You sit down and realize that whether there is something that is making you mad, and you are seeking attention from somebody, and you are not getting that kind of attention at times, which is making you mad. You need to figure out these things. So first thing is identification. And now I come to my second point, that why attention seeking is a problem, and why we should not do this. Okay, I'll tell you one story about this. So when we start taking, expecting attention from outside, and our whole life is kind of dependent on this, we tend to lose self-worth. We start weighing our life, and our achievements based on how people are evaluating them. So most of the times, we are actually giving our power to other people, and it also robs us the time which we can spend with ourselves, because we are trying to connect with other people, and this is good that we need to be socially interactive, and be in touch with people whom we like. But if this robs you the time which you can spend alone in your own company, and if at some point you realize that you can't really be single, or be alone even for 5 minutes in a day, this means something is really wrong with you, and maybe you are getting attention deficit, and which can affect your mood. So try to think about these things. That have you like ever felt this way, or do you really spend time with yourself? So try to analyze your day, and how how a normal day goes in your life. Like, do you really get enough time when you just sit down, in your head and not checking your mobiles, not checking all the social media stuff and not checking all those things. So, do you have time for yourself? And I'll say in a day, you at least should be spending around 2 hours for yourself. I know it's like big, oh God, what will I do? You know, 2 hours by myself, what will I do? But you can do a lot. You can read a book and you can just write down if you like writing, or maybe you can sing if you enjoy singing, or maybe cook or something which, when you are just cut off from the outside world and you are in your own world and enjoying your own company. So, this is my second point, that how this affects us. And now I'll come to the third point, that how we can correct this situation when we realize that this is something which is happening to us and we're getting attention deficit. So, for this, the one thing which will work the best is you need to assign time for yourself. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but you have to assign appointment with yourself. So in a day, let's say you can assign 30 minutes in the morning with yourself. So during whenever you are waking up, so the first 30 minutes you are going to spend with yourself. You can make some green tea for you, which I like doing, and you can do whatever you like doing, or maybe you can work out and just spend time in your own company. And do not, please do not check your mobile phones, do not check other gadgets, do not get in touch with those things, and you will not feel that you're missing out on something, because you are not missing on something, and everything can wait, but you also have to spend time with yourself, right? So you spend some time with yourself, and you also assign another appointment in a day with yourself. It can be in the afternoon, or it can be late in the evening, where you can just sit outside and read a nice book, or maybe you know think about your life, or maybe you can plan for a next week, or maybe you can plan other stuff which you would want to do in future, or maybe any kind of thing which you like doing. So during that time, you do not have to constantly seek that, oh my God, if I'm getting notifications, oh my God, if somebody's texting me or calling me. Many times those calls can wait for some time. They are not going to go anywhere. And if you see your phone ringing, just keep your phone away from you, but still in a distance where you can hear it. So if you feel that your phone is continuously ringing, you can check it out. But if it is ringing once, it's fine. You can go back and call the person who is calling you. But do not always try to give importance to other people while you rob your own importance from you, and while you do not spend enough time with yourself. Because when these things go out of control, you don't realize. When it happens once, you're like, okay, it just once, and then it keeps happening again and again, and then you reach to a point where you cannot really live a single day without other people's attention. And this reached to a point where their attention is really going to control your mood. So if you're expecting a call and you do not go get a call at that time, this is going to spoil your entire mood. Or maybe you are going to ruminate, or you are going to just sit down and sulk about this thing and not enjoy your day, maybe not do whatever you wanted to do. And it can also affect your attention. Why I say that? Because if you're expecting somebody's call, or maybe some text or anything like that, we are not focusing on the task at hand. We are continuously bothered about whether we are getting that text or not. So it really takes that attention from you, and you're not focused, which leads to your being unproductive, and this is not going to help you in a long run. And I feel first you need to love to spend time with yourself. You need to love your own company, because the person who loves his or her own company is a person who is interesting enough, who knows his or her self-worth, and people will like spending time with this kind of person. But if you're constantly clinging, and if you're constantly looking for attention from other people, this is not going to help you in a long run, and this is not be really helpful for you. So I hope this makes sense to you. And if you would like to add something here, you can please write to me in the comment section, and I would love to hear your take on it. And there is nothing wrong in it, that if you resonate with this topic, and if you feel this is happening with you and you keep doing this, let me tell you, every person do this at some point in their lives. They do, they all do this, okay? But the point here is we need to realize that we are doing it. And when we realize this, we need to change it, okay? So I have done this, maybe you have also done this, and maybe you are still doing it. Just stop right now and try to figure this out. And I'm sure this is helpful for you. And if you liked it, please like it, share it, and share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel so that I can talk to you and connect with you, and we can share knowledge and wisdom. And if you have any interesting topic, and if you like to add something here, you please let us know. I would love to see all those suggestions. So I had a nice time talking to you. Thank you so much, and I'll meet you next time. Bye bye.